last year we were operating Drix off Samoa, and I took control over it from 83 degrees north of north of Greenland.
Wow.
So, you know, with a Starlink connection, you can control it from anywhere, but it has an endurance of kind of 3 to 5 days, and so then it has to be fueled. So you need to have some local
Okay, it's on sonar.
Local ability to fuel it. So
35 meters.
We originally planned on
almost true north of you,
having
or
the Drix on board the Nautilus,
north.
and the refueling would take place here, but there was an issue with the pump on the crane, so we fell back to whoa,
what the heck?
Whoa, we have a bottom contact.
Full. It's locked down. Oh God. That button.
What button?
The stick lock button. I just stick locked myself.
Well, it was a soft landing. It didn't hurt anything.
It's
and there's something straight ahead, I think.
Let me shake off. This is terrible.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna come up a little, Mike.
Yep.
Yeah, just let things settle down.
It's like, what's going on here?
And it does look like there's a little piece of debris straight ahead.
Let's come all stop really fast. I don't want to get my nuke cloud into the...
So back to Drix. So we're operating Drix from...
That sucks, man.
From the shore with a team of, well, we actually have 7 folks over there.
Can we hold position here, please?
And
let's come up some... coming up. And I'll shake this crap off me. Okay.
And Drix has on it a sonar, much like the Norbit, except that this sonar works at lower frequency, and lower frequency means that it can travel much further in the water.
Now you're starting to see.
So we can see down at depths as much as 3,000 meters.
I'm gonna come up.
But you do that with much less resolution.
I'm just gonna shake around violently until I shake
so
off
that's how you could see.
And
that sucks, man.
Just give me a sec. Let me check on something.
Stick locked myself.
With the right-hand button?
Yeah. Doesn't take much.
No.
It's a very...
It's one of those ones that like just, if your thumb's on top, you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for checking.
Back. Yeah, so Drix has this sonar on it. It's in a gondola down about 2 meters below the bottom of the vessel, and it's what we call a multi-beam sonar. It's like quite a sophisticated sonar. Norbit is a scaled down, very small version of that, but with much higher frequency and much higher resolution. And what a multi-beam sonar does is if we think about a kind of normal old-fashioned echo sounder, an echo sounder, what we call a single beam echo sounder, would put out a single ping of sound. And think about a flashlight, and you shine light down as it expands and expands and expands. Same thing happens with sound. So the sound expands as it goes down from the single beam echo sounder, and by the time it hits the seafloor, it's covering and sonifying, we call it, an area that's something like half the water depth. So if you're in 300 meters of water, or 600 meters of water,
sorry everybody,
that circle of sound, like the circle of light with a flashlight, would be 300 meters in diameter. And the problem with that single beam echo sounder is you can't discriminate anything in there. You get a return, you know there's something, you can measure a depth in there, but you don't know where it is. So as you start collecting single beam sonar data, it's a very kind of fuzzy, blurry picture of what the bottom looks like. This great innovation that took place about 40 years ago was the development of what we call multi-beam sonar. And what that does, instead of sending this cone of sound, like that beam of light, it sends a narrow fan of sound across the bottom over a wide swath. And that So think of this narrow fan hitting the bottom across the direction of the ship, orthogonal to
All right,
the
there you
ship.
go. It's directly ahead.
But when
Okay,
it
Mike,
listens,
ready? Yep.
it,
Ready to come
it
down.
listens in hundreds of narrow little slices.
Yeah.
And so
Okay,
you end
Jake,
up
thank
getting,
you. Let's start
instead
again.
of one depth over a big wide area, you actually get hundreds of small
Bridge nav.
depths
Over a
Coming down.
fan.
Coming down.
over that width of that fan,
Move
but
15
just
meter.
at the intersection of the
Bearing
fin fan
160.
and the listening beam, which is in the opposite direction. And so it just revolutionized the way we can
Try
map
to
the
keep up with
seafloor,
you.
because now instead of one blurry depth, we can get hundreds of little depths. Now, how narrow that little
You're
depth
gonna start
is a
coming to the
function
end of your
of
leash if you
the
pull ahead too
dimensions
much.
of the sonar and the water
Looks
depth.
Item
like
sight.
there's
And so in our case, in 600 meters of water,
might be something there.
we would be have a resolution of about 20 meters.
It's
And
just on the screen.
Norbit has centimeters actually, but it's very close to the bottom at much higher frequency.
Right.
So we have a much lower resolution system, but we can cover a really wide
Yeah,
swath,
it should be pretty much right
something
in
like
front of you.
3 to 5 times the water depth. So if we're in 600 meters of water, we're actually covering,
Okay.
3 kilometers at a time.
Wow.
And so we can be very efficient in covering the seafloor.
There's the,
It's just a less.
Larry, we're looking at
there it
the,
is right there.
There we go. Is that the Walke itself?
well, this is the object.
This is
found.
the object. Okay, this is
It's like the
unknown
bridge or
48.
something.
Okay,
Looks like a piece of the wreck, I think.
yeah, and it is quite close. Well, let's see if we get a circle around it and get some illumination on it. Well, we'll give it we'll give it a check for unknown 48.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't unknown 48. This is something we saw while we were looking for unknown 48.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
This looks like the bridge,
Yeah,
right?
it does.
Yeah.
It does look like the
That would
bridge.
like the bridge.
Yeah, and I guess in reading the report, it said the bridge and superstructure was blown off.
Yeah, the
Shit,
bow
what the
structure
hell's
was
that?
blown.
Would you like a target on the bridge?
Yeah.
Noise.
I have the bridge is giving
They
me.
have red lights. Looks like some issue with. Those are, I think those are the open. This is a Dave problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Tess, I'm here. I'll go downstairs as well if you want to call them on the radio.
Because we've lost our cameras. Our
bubble cam.
auxiliary cameras. I think it's the open hardware, the open source hardware, whatever it's open.
Okay. Well, why don't we hold here, get in a safe position. We'll get Dave, take a look at that.
Yeah.
Also, I can't switch any of my displays.
Looks like they're rebooting.
Yeah. All right.
No, because yeah, I would imagine
Blue is better than red. Yeah.
there's all kinds of all the get him.
Megan is going to get Dave.
Okay.
She's out. Right?
Megan's gone to get him.
Cool. All right. Yeah, because there may be some configuration we have to do to reboot everything here.
All right. Just to let folks know what's going on, we've had looks like a reboot in several of the video controller servers. So I don't know what's going out or what's not going out on the satellite feed, but we have some of the cameras down here. We have some of the cameras still fine on our end, and we've just come across a large piece of what looks like the
Noel, do you want a target on the bridge?
superstructure, maybe the bridge of the Walke. We assume because it's nearby it. Jacob, can you give us a range of this piece to the position of the wreck? At least we haven't confirmed that position. Right? We should say it's our assumed position of the wreck.
Can we, can you scroll or pan slightly to the right? I'm looking at a picture of the Walke at Mare Island after her last refit just before in August of 42. Yeah, that looks like
It's
the,
definitely the bridge, huh?
like the
There's
bridge.
the door,
That-
windows.
Yeah.
There's the bridge.
Yeah. Jacob,
Yes.
Could you give us a distance between here and the assumed position?
I can.
Of the wreck, please. Thank you.
The position is...
A range. Don't give me a position, just a range.
Range is 34 meters, 34 and a half.
34 meters. Okay, thank you.
I'm not getting anything on the winch.
Oh man. Okay.
Winch, I think the hydraulics went, or the, I don't know.
Okay. So actually, what we're gonna do, we got a board here.
Okay.
I'm gonna drive away.
If you watch this, I can jump down.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back.
All righty. We're having a little bit of excitement here.
Okay, let's Jacob. Let's step away. Let's go
Tess.
away from the wreck. Just keep walking
they're saying
away.
that the feed is fine for them.
We're going to move into a safe position for the vehicles.
Bridge, nav.
Okay, looks like some things are coming back.
Bless you.
I wonder if there's a power issue.
Well, it could have been a power surge. I think we have lots of conditioners on here, but
the temperature looks totally fine.
Ben, if I could ask you on the sector scan there.
Yeah.
That really large target. I assume is that Atalanta's sector scan?
That's Atalanta's, yeah. Well, I'm gonna come out on that actually. Because we don't actually have our winch working at all right now.
Right.
So for folks who are asking if this is part of the ship we're looking at earlier, we think
What's our
this
depth?
is part of the USS Walke.
I did.
Depth is
Did it go?
913 meters.
913
Okay.
meters.
Battle of Guadalcanal.
I don't either. The cameras came back as well. It's weird. What maybe if somehow is this, I wonder if the serial's going through, a serial splitter's back here. It's, okay. Yikes.
Well, that was a bit of excitement. The cameras have seemed to have come back.
Yeah.
And the winch is back too.
Okay. The winch is back too, yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Wow. So what were the feeds that we lost in total?
Several of the video feeds. I know exactly which ones, and then they lost the winch too.
As
for a
in
few
they
minutes.
couldn't adjust the height of Atalanta, or?
Well, Atalanta is directly connected to the winch. The ROV you can fly, and they still had power on that. Everything is safe and fine now. It's all back.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Wow, there's excitement in so many directions. We think that we saw the bridge of the USS Walke. So we'll get to see. And it looks like some folks are tuning in from the Museum of Science, which is my home institution when I'm not out here. So if you're listening, hi. Join our chaos.
Okay, things calm.
Yeah, for a
No,
moment.
good. Well, this is.
Okay, Dave. Yeah, thanks. Sorry to wake you up for that.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Back.
Hey Jacob, you might want to just let the bridge know that we had a power surge, it seems like.
Or a power outage, it looks like. Yeah.
Power hours or power surge, just because that way they can have the ETO take a look at things.
The power anomaly.
Yeah.
A glitch.
A glitch.
Somebody also pointed out in our feed that it's not just the bridge we're looking at, part of the superstructure too. This would be the bridge.
Right.
This would be the superstructure.
And would they be the director would
The
be
director,
above that, yeah. It's really very, very well preserved.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to be able to get around here and see if we can see.
Well, let them all
when
calm
they get
down.
all set, when they're
Let
ready.
them cook, and then we get to cook.
We can be prepared when they ask us if they're ready. You know.
Yeah. Now I'm curious about this. I wonder if this needs to be restarted.
All right, let's slowly step back to the bridge here. We'll do some.
Looks like your wish might be coming true.
Let's just start with a small move there.
Well. Tess, they're saying Herc is just keeping you on your toes. You just need coffee.
Seriously.
Well done. Wow. Oh my heavens. So if you are just joining us.
Yeah, it would be great if we can get around and get a look up into that, into the open side.
Looks like a huge crack there.
So it looks like we are seeing the portion of the USS Walke Sims class destroyer. This is the bridge that we've found.
Okay.
Yeah, just know that I'm
bridge and
pretty
part of the
stretched out
superstructure.
still.
Say again?
I'm still pretty stretched out. Just waiting for the ship to get a bit closer to you.
Yeah. Wow, look at that.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I can try.
Well, we could also go to the bottom side and look up.
So.
The hatch is open.
Is it? Oh, wow, yeah.
I really appreciate the hatches because they make you realize the size of a human on these.
Yeah. And they help me figure out which side is up. Because you can't. Wow. Is that like the railing that's to the right there, or?
Yeah, the thin stuff on the right side would be the railing.
Wow, it's amazing that that's intact.
I wish our little thingy worked here, and then we have some questions.
Yeah, to answer Randy's question about the wreckage being 30-40 meters from the main wreckage, we haven't yet really viewed the main wreckage. We have a position, what we think is a good position for the main wreckage, and it's 30-40 meters from that position. When we're done with this, we'll find the main wreckage, and then we'll know the separation.
Tess, do we have any gain on by chance?
Yeah, we have 3.
Okay, I'm going to turn on these lights, and let's turn the gain off. I'm just testing and see what happens if the gain goes away.
The gain's off now.
Okay, let's go with that for a while.
Cool.
Beautiful.
We're having a little technical difficulty up here on the back row, so bear with us.
Well, you too, huh?
You know, it just has to have a midnight watch that keeps us on our toes, right? We've got lots of excitement.
It wasn't there the last watch, I don't.
But if you're following along, looks like we are mostly resolved or coming back to
Yeah, you're pulling me off again.
Okay, let's move ahead a little more.
Yeah, I gotta get the ship moving.
look at that.
We are? Okay.
Frank, how many things do you have hidden in there?
That's not mine.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where the stylus is, sorry. It's not here.
So what were we just looking at, Frank? Because we kind of tilted
I was
up.
looking for the stylus. I wasn't looking, so you'll have to tell me what you were looking at.
Okay, what's
You got
above
it.
the bridge when you're trying to point?
That's the director for the guns.
The director for the guns. There we go. And that can rotate then?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, look at the crack there.
I don't think this has been dived on previously.
Yeah, no, this was a... Oh, ever?
I don't think there's been a previous dive. Somebody, I think, we have a verified position, so somebody obviously at least saw it on sonar, but I don't know about a previous dive.
I'll have to
there
check
may have been, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to check my records that I brought with me. Wow, look at that.
That's incredible. I never thought we'd see
There
this
was
much.
a Vulcan dive in
There was a Vulcan
2015.
dive. Yeah, okay, that's why we have a verified position. Okay. Is that Megan's voice that's coming?
It is. I'm lurking in the studio here with you.
Wonderful.
I would say good morning, but it is morning now. Yay, great.
So we sit here in the back row looking forward, and you know, I can keep. I know he's in the control room here in the control van, and then every once in a while a new voice appears, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering where it's coming from.
Megan is everywhere.
Omnipresent.
No, Larry, I can't do that. You know, that's kind of what I expect.
It's the good conscience, bad conscience. Oh.
There was a question of if it's ever possible to go inside these
Starting
machines.
to come up tight.
Yeah, we wouldn't be doing that with this vehicle.
You mean going inside the wreck?
That's
All
what
right,
I think they're asking, yeah.
Let's do
No,
another
we
move.
would not.
Do you want me to move?
That would be kind of
Close to-
bordering
yeah.
on invasive.
Also probably...
Oh, you are,
And
okay.
you also, if you look at the wreckage here,
Great, okay,
the
no.
chances of the
Yeah,
ROV getting tangled
exactly.
up would be too great.
Practically guaranteed.
Yeah.
And with the tether too.
Now, off Midway a couple months back, we allowed them to, the elevator, the carrier's elevator, Yorktown's elevators were no longer there, so they were gaping holes in the elevator wells.
Oh.
We did allow them to lower into the elevator well, but not proceed any further and do a turn, but that was all we allowed them to do. And that's all I think they really wanted to do, because again, they were worried about getting tangled on wreckage, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think if you remember the exploration of the Titanic, a very small little ROV was developed
Oh, to be able to explore.
to be able to go inside, but certainly something as large as this would not be appropriate in many ways.
Understood. So, can we... Is it confirmed that this is the bridge of the USS Walke? Is there any...
I don't think there's any doubt.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean,
you look at the picture of the ship, and it's clearly a Sims-class destroyer bridge.
Right. It's interesting, there's not much coral.
Yeah, we are deeper now. We're
Yeah, we're like 300 meters deeper.
Over 900 meters now.
Oh, I see. someone's following along, and I think they're a smidge behind in our footage, so they have some exciting things coming up. But they were saying that
We lost the camera.
I think Dave is doing some kind of adjustment there.
That was Zeus, yeah.
That's the rangefinder on the director.
Yeah. Director. Yeah.
Boy, what I've learned on this trip.
You know, it's interesting to note the condition of this one versus some of the others we've seen.
Yeah, this is incredibly detailed. I like the starfish.
Yeah, this is the very top.
Yeah, very.
Oh, and a crab. Where's that a crab? Noel would know.
It's a starfish. Right?
Well, so I see the starfish, but well, it's out of view now, but it was up on top.
Yes, there's a crab.
Yeah.
Not good.
And then I guess that's the mast that continued up
Yeah, looks like it all bent.
above.
Was there a bell on that mast?
That's what I was about to ask.
It would probably be a little aft of there, so I don't know. We'll see.
Whoa.
It just keeps going. Wow, you can see the structure where it was moving across even.
Yeah.
What was that, a shell?
A shell?
That looks like a shell, yeah.
Wow.
That's
Can you
bonkers.
zoom in on that?
Yeah, we'll get over there.
Yeah, we'll get there. No touchy.
Yeah, don't touch it. If it's Japanese ordnance tended to be a little sensitive, so make sure you treat that with the respect it deserves, please.
I'll try not to stick lock again.
Yeah.
Near it.
Yeah, please.
Can you? Can we get a size on that?
Yeah, one moment.
What would we be looking for? What defining measurements would tell us?
Just I'm
You
just
want
curious
your
what the
lasers on?
dimensions are. And can we get a close up of the nose of it? It looks
Sure.
like there's a ring. So that might not be. It's not a.
Jesus.
If there's a ring there, I don't think that's not a projectile at that point. That's going to be something else.
Something else, yeah.
How big is this then, since we have the...
So 10, 20, 10, 20, 30.
Yeah, I'm thinking torpedo warhead.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to turn the lasers off.
Scary.
Because torpedoes have that little loop there on the nose. I think that's a torpedo head.
Yeah, the fellows ashore are confirming torpedo warhead.
Yeah.
I feel like that's even more reason not to touch it.
That is definitely
Yeah.
a reason not to go near it.
Yeah.
Am I too close?
I think you're fine. I just you wouldn't want to bump it.
18 inches supposedly was
This would be a bad time to stick lock.
That's
Bad, a very bad
knocking
time to
on
stick
all
lock.
the wood.
Bad time to lose video, lose
You
the
know,
winch.
all the things that keep...
That we've just had happen.
Glad it happened earlier.
Sorry, I gotta...
What were the measurements we said?
But, well,
18?
I can turn your
Jonathan said the
laser on
torpedo
if you
warhead
want.
should be 18 inches.
Do you want lasers on again to remeasure, or...?
Yeah, well, let's put the lasers on again.
Here, I got you.
People do some counting. So that's 10 centimeters there.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Lasers are off.
We don't want the heat of the laser to...
Yeah. Cook it off. Is this like one of the first pieces of ordnance we've actually seen? We've seen the powder casing.
Well, I think there was a torpedo.
Was there an afterbody or something we saw?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
on the de Havilland, I think.
Yeah.
Would this be a U.S. piece of ordnance, or is that something that was...
I'm guessing this is a U.S. torpedo. Because if it were, the ship, according to the after-action report, there was a torpedo hit on Walke that kind of
Tess, do you want to give it a little bit of a zoom?
detonation of the
Let's
forward part.
fill the screen a little here.
But we wouldn't find the warhead, we would find the after body part of that.
There are folks online curious if there's lettering or coloring that we might be able to see. Is there something we should look for?
I wouldn't get that close to find out, so.
Yeah, I was thinking zooming rather than.
I wouldn't even. You know, the problem is I don't think you're going to see anything on this part, so.
Understood.
It's not worth the risk.
Wow.
I'm going to come around just a little bit. We'll see the ring again. Hit the zoomed in.
Look at the little carabiner or something right there as well.
A carabiner?
Some sort of little hooked
yeah,
device.
Those are one of the hooks that you hook it together and then it latches onto something.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. The dimensions that we got, I think, are more in line with a U.S. torpedo. A Japanese one would be.
Looks like it'd fit in that hole, to be honest.
Hey Frank,
yes.
can you move it a little
At the
closer
top?
to your mouth?
Sorry.
That's good, thanks.
Yeah.
And could you say that again, Frank?
The dimensions we got are more in line with the U.S. torpedo. The Japanese ones would be larger.
So what's going on with this loop here? Is this
just a way to handle it?
okay?
And is that what the kind of carabiner-like object is?
Okay, let's come
Is
wide
it
test.
connected there? Do you
Go
know?
back to the bridge here.
I'm not sure what the carabiner thing is.
Yeah, there was a.
Yeah, I don't know what that does.
Got it.
Back away slowly.
I have a feeling Jonathan Womack is about to tell us.
Also, the Walke is right next to you. About 15 meters, so just giving you a heads up for spatial awareness.
When you said back away carefully, that's exactly what a commenter said about 5 minutes ago.
Jonathan says the hook on the rear is for assembling the warhead to the torpedo body. And apparently, yes, my guess was correct. He was about to tell us. Sorry, Jonathan. I didn't mean that to sound snide. I just, you know, literally when he said that, and I saw you start typing. So.
We're super, super appreciative of the hundreds of scientists ashore that are signed up to be part of this mission, and really at all hours. You know, we're working 24 hours, and I'm blown away by the dedication of so many of our experts who've been here too.
So I'm just going to finish this last little bit of the sky, and then we'll move over to the main wreck.
Yep.
Wow. I think this is my favorite part of a wreck that I've seen so far. If this is the bridge, I can't wait to see the rest of it.
It's so interesting. We've had parts missing of so many of these vessels, and so to find kind of this more debris field version where the piece is slightly separated, it's really, really interesting.
And to see one piece like that that's so recognizable.
Yeah.
At the same time, to think about.
When you see this, though, it also makes you kind of wonder, God, I wish we kind of looked into that debris field next to those cruisers. You know? But, yeah, you know, can't, you know, with the time and all that, yeah, understood.
Yeah, so Randy keeps asking us to get the length of the torpedo head. We did put the lasers on there, and so in that frame that captured the lasers on the, or next to the torpedo, we should be able to calculate the length quite straightforwardly.
Percentages.
Someone's saying that some of our viewers have been here 24/7 with us too.
Yeah.
We got a whole crew.
starting to pull me around.
All right, let's go to the shipwreck, huh?
Yep, I have Atalanta sitting about 15 meters to the north.
Folks are really excited about the tech from the long lens torpedo. And the brittle stars.
All right, Mike, will you look at the wreck? Let's not do that stuff while we're yeah.
Tell me what you like.
And we saw some.
So why don't you square up with the wrecks, and then I'll get in your view.
Okay. Just note I am sitting over the top of that object that we found.
Okay. So like on sonar.
Yep.
Okay.
Coming around.
Okay.
And if you're just joining us, we're looking at the USS Walke. We're looking at some nearby debris field. And if you want to join us at nautiluslive.org, that will be where you're welcome to comment and ask us questions. So follow along there at nautiluslive.org. YouTube is great to watch, but not for being able to interact as well.
It should be squared up.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yep.
Noel, I think this is a question for you. The question is you know, how with the dives being live, how do we handle if we come across like human remains or signs of that? And I think there's like a lag between what goes out versus what we're seeing. Is that? I think you can probably better answer that than I can.
Yeah, so there is a very slight lag for feeds, but yeah, we recognize that these are, of course, grave sites. Like, these are the final resting places, and we take that very seriously. And we would do everything in our power to not stream out something. You know, we have viewers of all ages from all over the world that may be watching, and so we'll do everything in our ability to not live stream any information that we might happen to come upon. In that very unlikely scenario, we would end our streaming
Yeah, and it is very unlikely.
Very unlikely
because of the time.
But sometimes we come across something that's, you know, a human artifact like a boot or something that, you know.
Yeah.
So we would probably stop the stream at that point. Someone warns us online to be very careful of possible ordnance in this area too.
Right. Proceeding with caution.
I know. This is so backwards.
Wow.
Anyway, whatever. Let's find our way to the end of whatever end that is, and then we'll. I don't want to change too much, but I'd like to try a different way of doing the reconstruction scans.
That looks like a depth charge rack, possibly to the right.
Exactly. That's what I was wondering. You know, on a modern ship, I'd say these were.
Airport. Yeah.
The port side is the bow. Do we want to? Is that where we want to start the bow? Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the after action report indicates the bow is blown off.
So the bow, he said the bow's gone. So.
Well, we won't. according to the after action report, the bow was blown off, but so.
All right, let's do the stern. Let's just whatever, or whatever's closest.
Well, yeah.
There are viewers asking what we're looking at right now.
That's what we're trying to determine.
That makes sense.
Looks like a big reel of line, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some rope or something.
Yeah.
That almost looks like a cradle for a boat.
Oh.
It looks like we might be roughly amidships.
Yeah, it looks like.
Someone's asking if it's a life raft dropper.
So this has been filmed before. This wreck.
I guess if Vulcan was here,
Well,
a hose or a chain rail was a suggestion.
This looks like torpedo launcher.
Certainly on a pedestal that appears to rotate. So
oh wow, here's some destruction. This must be the bow then, huh?
Whoa.
Or what's left of it.
Like a floater net rack, maybe.
Okay.
Comparing it to the other sites that we've looked at,
Starting to stretch out.
is this the most detailed we've seen? Is that a fair assessment, or is this just more
I don't
than...
think we've looked at enough of it yet. Yeah, I think we'll see.
Yeah, we're in the
Remains
very
to be
opening
determined.
stages of this, so.
That's fair.
I'm
A little...
Huh? Yeah.
If
yeah.
we're at the bow, this is going to be, or what's left of it, that's going to be the end of it, so.
So it would have blown off just ahead of this forward torpedo launcher, and then the forward. Oh, it's a lot of the
and
ship
then
that's missing.
Yeah, and then the bridge was obviously blown over the side too, so.
Wow.
The bridge will be up here.
Yeah, that's the bridge, right? So this is the torpedo launcher. So somewhere around the funnel. It's probably the farthest forward.
We're probably not going to see the two forward gun mounts.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless they're just, detached and then the debris here. And I believe the after action report indicated the forward magazine detonated when the torpedo hit, so.
God.
And she was also hammered by Japanese cruisers as well.
Wow.
So Jacob, to clarify, this is the point that we had identified as USS Walke, correct? Or is this?
This is not.
No, it's not.
The USS Walke point was a little off. This is unknown 47.
Yeah, so
This is unknown 47
so,
Drix.
so to
Okay,
me,
thank you
to
for
me,
clarifying.
it's a good vindication for Drix. that Drix found the location and
Okay.
Good job,
the
Drix.
verified point was off.
You can give the Drix team a pat on the back for that. Very.
Is that a soccer ball?
A soccer ball.
Wilson?
Oh my gosh. That looks like a soccer ball.
Okay, all right.
I don't think that's a soccer
back,
ball.
back,
It's
back
just
out.
So is this fair to say this is the Walke, the USS Walke?
yes, we're
That's in
looking at.
process.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm. Will you share a little bit about the story here?
Can we do that a little later?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bridge, nav. Gonna come around.
Where are you coming?
Just right behind where you were.
Okay, perfect. So
Bridge, nav.
it's totally a soccer ball.
Move 35 meter, bearing 260.
You do have some slack that if you want to start moving around, you can.
So let's
260.
when he gets settled in there, let's talk about how we want to do this.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna come right astern, and then we can come up whatever side you want. I'm thinking maybe so this is the bow that we're at right now. Okay, then
There was a lot more of the ship.
let me
It's
just
just not there, I think.
make
Right.
an orientation. You're looking down the ship right now. Okay, so it's 290, that's easy. And 080. Oh, right now is you're looking down? 094.
Jacob, just so you know, you're on SPL in case those are numbers to not share.
No, these are just headings.
headings.
These
Okay.
are relative. What's the length of this vehicle, of this ship? Sorry. Yes, this is my Herc heading right now is 098. You got it.
Someone was sharing that they were reading about the USS Walke, seeing like the bow floated.
So yeah, so you're looking at what, like 285 roundabouts for the heading of the ship as it lays. So the orientation is off into 285 roundabout. And then, so since we're at the bow, we can surmise that it's, how long is the boat? And then it's almost the same heading as the Nautilus for now. Yeah, it's almost just reciprocal of what the Nautilus is right now.
Yeah, I was just looking and seeing the
nearly
Nautilus.
it's nearly east-west in terms of...
Yeah. Yeah, this ship had 2 torpedo launchers.
But
and if this is our after one, wow, that forward damage was even greater than I would have thought.
Jacob, can you drop a pin at the farthest forward?
Is it true that the bow floated for a period of time after?
That's the story.
You can just call it A. WALA.
Sure.
survivors
Let's
standing,
come up just a
clambering
tad
on
on
it.
the delta, because I'm right underneath you, literally.
Yep.
But we don't necessarily know where the
20
bow
delta?
is as of yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me grab. So this is what I want to. Exactly. Yeah. Great. But I want to do something a little different than last time. And if it gets too crazy, we'll just abort and do it the same way. But that we have been doing. But oh gee, of course, pencil's broken. Can I borrow your pen? Thanks. Okay. All right.
So we're moving aft now. Is that?
No, we're not moving anywhere.
They're just sorting out their positions
or
still.
pointing aft at least.
Yeah.
So a viewer is saying that they're reading up on the USS Walke, and because there are multiple, it's nice to know the designation, but that as they're reading the Wikipedia, it's getting updated as we're finding things live.
Yeah, I've already noticed a couple other dives that we've done have been updated on Wikipedia.
That's amazing.
I wonder if it's our experts ashore who are doing that updating.
I wouldn't be shocked. They're incredible.
So what I'd like to do, let me get a chance here. So I'd like to try a different way of doing the surveys. So we do long transects. So I'll get up into like 3 meters. I'll face slightly. So we'll get the ship some midpoint, and we do this, and then I come up 3 meters, do this. Maybe I'll come up 5. Yeah, some value here where Atalanta is not getting tugged too hard, right? So that I can basically let my
drift a little bit. Sorry.
I don't know what auto XY is going nuts here. All right. Okay. So basically the reasoning is that I can you get better photogrammetry from doing it this way. It's more stable because we've been doing this, right? But the problem is that every time I do this, it's like I'll approach it at a different angle usually, and the colors get all weird. So in the reconstruction, the texture gets kind of mottled and weird. But this way, I can kind of be in a stable position and a stable distance, and get good photography, right? And go back and forth. So go this way, come up, come this way, come up this way, come up. If that makes sense. So Atalanta would be here, and then I use whatever maximum length of my leash is. So that am I pulling you right now?
No, you're not pulling me.
10. So I get about 20 meters of leash, right? So this would be 20 meters. So we'd set the Atalanta here, 20 meters aft. Yeah. So like our first move here would be 20 meters back for you, and then or maybe let's do 15 to start, so that I can kind of wrap around here. But then I'll go to the extent, come up, and then come back, and we'll do that a few times. Let's just see how it goes. If it sucks, then we'll not do it that way anymore. We'll just continue on the way we've been doing it. We'll just go with our regular program.
So what are we doing different this time? We're going over?
We're just going to scan it a different way. Okay. Okay.
And if you're just joining us online here, friends, we are in the early aspects of exploring the USS Walke. We saw some other debris that we were able to identify as the bridge, and we saw a US torpedo, which was interesting. And now we are looking at the wreck of the main aspect of the ship. We're going to try a new type of scan to see how we can check this out. And I think our depth right now is, if I'm not mistaken, over 900 meters under the sea. We're here in the Iron Bottom Sound and Solomon Islands, near Honiara. So the pilots want to scan for photogrammetry differently. So they're going to be doing long passes back and forth from stern to bower, moving up for full coverage. Stand by here as we watch. Yeah, I believe the depth here is over 900 meters for those messaging and curious. Frank, is now a good time to share some of the history of this wreck?
Well, I mentioned earlier that she took part in the naval battle off Guadalcanal. That was the one where the battleship duel took place, and she was hit with cruiser gunfire and a Japanese torpedo, which detonated the forward magazines, and as we saw, kind of blew off the bridge and blew off the bow structure. Her bow is reported to have kind of floated a little bit before sinking, but her crew kind of the survivors witnessed, or I should say were drifting in the battle area and had a couple harrowing moments during the night where Japanese ships came upon them. There was one submarine that surfaced, put the spotlight on them, gave some anxious minutes for the survivors, but they were left unmolested. And then the next morning, they witnessed the U.S. aircraft destroying the Japanese transports that were landing nearby on the island of Guadalcanal. It was a Sims class destroyer, pre-war construction.
How fast from the original cruiser gunfire and the Japanese torpedo, and like that detonation, do
I
you
don't
think they
know.
sunk?
I mean, it was quickly.
Okay. Someone's asking if there's lettering on the white rectangular object within the wreckage. Are you seeing that?
I'm not. What white rectangular?
That's what I was thinking too. I don't know. Let us know if you're...
Yeah, this of course is the downside of not having an orbit survey first. Is
Okay. So I'm going to get to an altitude, and then you'll see what I mean. Like I'll be able to image like the whole mud and the base, and then we come up. Just hang out there. Just hang on.
Jacob, do you want to hop on this BL?
Yeah.
That's the fun part, but no pressure. Is that damage from...
The auto depth is just not cutting it, man. So when I start getting tight, you can tell me?
Yep. Let you know. Turn.
There's a question here about the weather and sea conditions at our location, which is... We're pretty lucky. We're situated in a
starting to come up
very
tight,
good spot
heading
for
down.
this, between
Give you a little bit more tail.
3 islands here, so incredibly tight.
Great,
Also,
yeah, anything you can give me?
14.
notice we have a lot more rusticles on this helm.
You're going to start coming up here shortly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to stop here, and now I'll rotate my heading.
Jacob, on the HIPAC survey display, the rectangles are what dimension?
These, they are 30 meters.
Going up
30
to
meters.
6
Thank you.
meters.
Noel, do we know what we're looking at on the side there? What animal?
I noticed there's a black coral that's down there. I don't know what species that is. I think we saw some sponges. We've got some Venus flytrap anemones. Yeah, lots
You
of
do have
rusticles
something.
hanging around.
Okay.
Okay, you're clear along that rail, coming towards me.
Wow. That does look like rope. Close.
Looks like a mooring line.
Didn't they used to drag lines too for some reason? Wasn't there like a big,
Could have been a towing. Could be for towing. or-
maybe, but I thought there was something else they did for, they dragged lines for some reason. I can't remember what the reason was. I don't,
I wonder what these storage racks are.
I'm looking at a picture of the ship at Mare Island after her last refit in
Okay,
August
you're
of
coming to the edge
42.
So
just the stick out part.
gotcha, thank you.
Can't really tell what those are. And it looks like somebody drew a circle on the picture I'm looking at over what that cylinder with the rope is.
Yeah, Jonathan mentions that they would sometimes sweep for mines with paravanes.
Yeah.
wow.
And those racks might be for the floats. I don't-
Okay, coming up.
Okay, coming up.
We'll do and
Some of the pictures I'm looking at as we're looking at the wreck, when a ship went into an overhaul, and when they were finished, the official Navy photographers would insert circles over what the changes were for the ship's history and all. And so we're looking at Walke's last overhaul, and the shipyard worker inserted a circle right over that little drum thing. So.
That was a change.
Is that a seaplane launch right there?
No, that's
that
a
part.
torpedo mount,
Oh,
torpedo launcher. There
Oh.
should be 2 on this ship, and we've only seen, I think, 1.
Where
So,
were they on the ship?
you want to say that again, please?
Where were they on the ship?
Oh, I
there
thought
were
you
2.
said. I thought you said, were they on the ship? I'm sorry.
You
I'm
looked
like
at me
a
like
really.
I was really. Were they on the
I
ship?
thought you
Yes.
asked, were they on the ship? And I'm like,
That thing that we
okay.
just saw on the ship, were they on there?
Yeah.
I mean, they are now.
Now, this might be the second one.
Certainly,
Right. Can you go up a little bit?
yeah, you can see the rotating.
Yeah, that's the
pedestal
so that's
with
the
the
second
rotating,
one.
yeah.
Well, is that the second torpedo launcher right there? Yep,
Yep.
there it is.
So
Yeah.
both torpedo launchers are there.
It's funny how the hatches are so much more sturdy than the actual bulkheads. Everything else around it's eroded.
Oh, wow. So that's what that big kind of sphere shape was? Pass by. Wow.
There's a ladder.
A ladder.
And Jonathan comments at the
Going up to nothing. So that's where the bridge has detached, I believe, or the forward superstructure.
Yeah, Jonathan comments that the hatches were made of aluminum to save weight usually.
Yeah.
Oh, so is that less likely to rust? Or is it just kind of coincidence that it's thicker?
Yeah, no, it's certainly less likely to rust
Okay.
if it's the right alloy.
Wow.
Whew. So did I hear that right, that this is where the bridge would connect, the one that we found earlier that was separated from the wreck?
I think the bridge would have been far ahead of the torpedo launches, far forward of it.
So we're heading aft, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So that
And there should be an aftermath area, right, Frank? I'm looking at
You're
that same
kind of
island.
muffled, Phil. You're kind of muffled, Phil. Can't hear you.
So this is the aft torpedo launcher.
Yeah.
Okay, and now this one we'll move back another 20 meters, right?
I'm going to step a little farther just
Or
because
further.
your tether. I'm going to start where you ended.
Great.
Is
Yeah,
what I'm going to do.
yeah, so I can get some overlap.
Yeah, are you ready for me to move your direction?
Phil, did you have a question or a comment? You kind of broke up when you started talking.
Wow. Is that a hatch? Or how are we looking that deep into the ship? This is just incredible. And if you're joining us here, we're mid-exploration on the USS Walke Sims-class destroyer, lost in the second naval battle of Guadalcanal. The DD number is 416 for those asking.
Frank, have we agreed on how to pronounce this thing?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Or are we just going to keep saying 4 different things?
Yeah. My support focus group has called it WALKE, so
Walk.
So maybe I switch to walk.
Yeah,
but I've also seen other people insist it's WALKE, so.
I'd love to ask the comment section as to how they
Yeah.
think we should pronounce it.
Yeah.
But I've heard both sides say who's calling it Walker, because Walker, the name Walker was assigned to another ship, so.
So not Walker, at least.
Yeah. And when I was looking at some of the online chat, and a couple of guys made a good observation that we haven't, is that, you know, the ship had one funnel, and the funnel is gone, so you can kind of get if you look at a picture of it, of the ship, you can see just how much is kind of missing from.
Yeah, it's more than a third of the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
All right, I'm on a mission to figure out how to say this.
Oh, we got one vote from Jonathan for walk as opposed to waka.
All right. Jonathan is a lot of a vote.
How am I doing?
Doing good. Ship's moving, so I'm starting to catch up towards you.
Oh boy, here's another blast. How are we doing on the move, Jacob?
We are about done. We're stabling up right now,
Oh.
so you should still get a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, take it.
She got a new top down.
It's like part of the hull structure there.
Yeah. That might be the spot that it's missing from.
Oh.
And then we're done with the move.
Okay, I'm not sure you're going to be able to get too much further back. Good Lord, look at that hole.
Yep. Wow. Looks like the deck's just kind of folded down.
Wow.
Predetermined stopping point for your visual
Does this
survey.
look like a ladder, maybe?
Yeah, we'll get around
Yep,
there in
yep.
a second. I'm going to turn around.
Or the remains of one?
Looks like that's the end of the wreck as well.
Boy, okay. Oh yeah, you're right.
You're almost out of wiggle room.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to come back.
30, 40. So if that's the end, there's about, if I counted correctly, about 50 meters of recognizable hull left from a vessel that was 106 meters long.
Yeah.
So
That is correct, yeah. I have 50 meters on high pack.
So it kind of gives you a good indication of the ferocity of that last battle.
I mean, it's missing both sides.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. There were some reports that some of her, even though they were unsafe, that some of her depth charges exploded after she sank, and the concussion killed some of the survivors. But
Oh,
now if those, as she sank, with the depth charges have released themselves, you think, or?
judging by what we saw just now, I mean, you know, the stern is.
That's another torpedo. If
Yeah,
that,
I see that.
Yep.
It's right there on the end.
Is it possible to pan right, left?
There it is.
wow.
Yep.
Don't touch that either.
Can you pan up? Let's see how close we are to one of the torpedo tubes.
It's a
It's right
torpedo
there.
tube
There
up
it is.
there, yeah.
Yeah, right there. So it probably dislodged.
Here's another one.
Is
There's
that
two.
another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Wow.
Where? Oh, where?
No,
To your
where's the
port.
second?
Straight in the middle.
It's in that camera. There's a second one right there. That one's
No,
like snapped off at the tip.
yeah,
No, that's
I
a
don't-
pipe. That's a pipe.
No, I don't think so.
That's
That's
a
a
pipe.
pipe.
Yeah,
That's
we
a
got
pipe.
that.
Okay.
Is this...
We're at the second torpedo, or we're kind of in between the two torpedo launchers. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you marking these?
Yeah,
Just in case. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
marking. Well, I am. I don't know if Jacob is. Very high-tech map back here.
I love it. And I think the consensus is that it's Walke, at least if it's after the German. And if you're...
So we're moving back forward again, right?
You're back to the
Yep.
reel
Yeah.
at this point.
So this is actually the starboard side.
Wow.
Jonathan
Unless we
thinks
got-
it's the
unless
port
we-
side.
Well, unless we have our bow and stern mixed up, which is quite possible. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
If all we got is the torpedo launchers to go off of.
especially since those can turn.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
someone commented they thought they saw the funnel casing, so, but I didn't see it.
That's the same torpedo, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Jonathan, are you saying, I don't know, maybe that's the funnel casing?
Yeah, center frame he's saying. So yes.
Stirred up some sediment.
So
Yeah.
if that is, can we get a look at that structure?
Hold on, let me do this scan
Yeah,
and we'll
sure.
come back.
yeah, definitely you can see the,
That lining
I
material.
recognize that funnel lining from
Yeah.
the other wreck,
Oh,
So
yeah.
the heat dissipator.
that would say, so if that would,
Don't know where
the
this is coming
torpedo,
from.
the torpedo launchers are aft of the funnel casing. So
So then are
we're
we,
heading to the bow, I
Okay,
think.
so all right, so then
This is the
the
port
port
side.
side. Yeah.
wait,
So we had our bow and stern backwards
Yeah.
originally.
Oh.
Look, there's another ladder here.
This is the stern.
Oh, you're
Okay.
having fun with this.
We're heading towards the bow.
Oh, it's
Apparently.
great.
I'm sorry?
You're having fun with this thing.
Yeah,
man.
I wish I had this in my office. You know,
so
it's like an
then-
etch-a-sketch for the next gen.
Wow.
This kind of looks like a typical Sims class. Let's see if I got that picture still up. Of course not.
Okay, so this is now the blown off
Yeah.
forward end.
So you can see how the structure of the
Mhm.
deck
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So that's kind of, we kind of noted that
You're still
line.
good. I'm still for him.
It almost looks like an anglerfish to me. What's the, that separation? Would that have...
I'm sorry, you mean that crack?
Now you're
Yeah.
I would call that damage.
Okay. I think I'm constantly unsure how to disentangle like causes of sinking and damage from after the fact and
Well,
hitting the
I mean,
floor.
yeah, and it's hard to tell sometimes. As you have damage, sinking, and then the impact of the seafloor, so.
And then corrosion later.
And then
too.
corrosion later. There's some of Bob Ballard's rusticles.
Tess.
Rusticles?
This.
That was a
This is
term,
off,
he
right?
actually
The,
coined that
no.
term.
You
He
pull that
coined
off for me.
rusticles.
Yeah.
I love it.
That was, he said, he was telling us the story the other day that when I guess they were diving
Okay,
on
it's off.
Titanic, that that's how, the only way he could describe
Like
those things
stunk
was
you.
rusticles.
Well, I
And
was worried he
apparently
was
the
already up.
dictionary, Webster's added it and sent him a note saying that he was credited with creating a word.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I've created a word in my
So
own,
it looks
in
like
my own
this
mind.
might be part of the base of the where the bridge would have,
Yeah.
structure we saw would have been.
We'll get in there and take a
Yeah.
good look, guys, later.
Is here's the ladder that would have gone up to it. So yeah, that's where that was, and then
And
this is the
this is
funnel casing.
the funnel lining here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good eye, Jonathan and Randy. Good eye.
Y'all are on the money. We're lucky to have such incredible scientists from around the world helping us out.
Looks like you got some deck anti-skid there too.
Sure.
There's
Wow.
our torpedo.
Go.
Huh. These are kind of.
Like something again, some kind of heat dissipator of some sort, maybe. And there's
So-
the torpedo mount.
Where, this is a good view for this, so where would the heroes enter the torpedo to launch? Like where are they sitting or standing or squeezing?
I don't think they sit in it at all.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not sitting in it.
It's probably an outside thing.
Is it out, so they're standing behind?
I would say they're probably outside and they train it. And then someone inside on a different portion of the boat is probably firing it from some sort of panel or lever.
Are there any shields to protect the people there?
It's pushed out by like compressed air, so it's not like an explosive.
I'm thinking like target, because they're target on the ship for their fire. If there's anything to protect them
Look
from
at that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So if another ship wanted to target the torpedoes,
Is this
launchers,
the
Yeah, what
this
is
the
this?
funnel
No,
control.
there's nothing shielding them.
there's nothing to
They would
protect
just hit them.
Wow.
They're standing on top of the mount,
They're standing
is
on
the
the
comment from Jonathan.
Wow. Oh, okay, so from when we saw the cupola and the De Haven debris field, the one that we put together,
Yeah,
so
that was the shield for those, yeah.
that would be their shield. Wow.
But this one had a different kind of mount. Doesn't have that shield. So
Understood.
this is the base where the bridge and superstructure would have been. Wow, that was quite a force there to blow that off.
Look at the little regulator valve right there, just sitting
Yeah.
by itself on that pipe.
Jacob, can you drop a pin at this farthest forward point?
I
Beta?
can. Let me just
Yeah, no, whenever. It's fine.
wait for them to reorient.
You guys are doing an excellent job piloting this thing amongst this jumble of wreckage.
Thank you, Ben.
With torpedoes to avoid even.
Do you want to, should we, do you want to come around and we'll do the starboard side?
Yep.
Yep. I'm gonna. You want me to stop in front of the bow here?
In front of the bow, I'll do the bow. Then we'll
Okay.
do starboard side, and then we'll set up for a center run the same way we did the previous ways.
Yep. Bridge, nav.
So that point is pretty close. It's kind of in between.
Yeah, but
Move 28 meter,
yeah.
bearing 107.
What's the difference?
Oh. Yeah, the wreck really is nearly oriented east-west.
I don't know, how do you guys feel about that survey?
That's fine.
It's fine, yeah. It should yield a better, like more consistent photography for this photogrammetry.
Yeah. If you're able to use Atalanta as like a stop point for where you're hitting.
Yeah, in fact, so, I mean, knowing that these are shipwrecks with fairly understood sizes, you can set up your step sizes, knowing like
No, not at all.
Yeah.
we can get away with 20 odd meter steps. Gonna come down.
Roger. You are towards the end of your leash, so until the
Okay.
ship starts moving me.
Gotcha. Take a step back here.
So we determined that this was the port side?
So yeah, we think this is the bow.
All right.
So it looks like we didn't see any of her gun mounts on this wreckage.
No.
Wow.
30.
Jacob, can I put that computer back
It's
up?
like we've basically
Yes.
just got the
Yeah.
central third
Center
of
part
that,
of it,
of
yeah.
the wreck. I wouldn't expect to see any of the guns.
All right, I'm on the move.
And there's some questions coming in online here, so we can cover some of them. How deep is this shipwreck? We're looking at about over 900 meters under the sea here in Solomon Islands and Iron Bottom Sound. How long have we been exploring the USS Walke? Just an hour, a little more. We actually originally found the bridge on the side with one of our targets from the incredible Drix, which is a surface vessel that scans sonar, using sonar on the seafloor, and can give us some incredible maps that are how we're finding and returning to new and old wrecks. And to orient us, let's see. A couple of things. They're asking if this is new to us, a new find. I
No,
think,
Vulcan did a survey on this, I think back in 2015 or so.
Did they find in the debris field the top deck?
I don't
haven't
know what
seen
they've
the,
found.
I
Yeah,
have
I
not
haven't
seen
seen
their
any of
data.
their imagery.
Wow. So that might be a new find to us.
Vulcan turned their data over to NHHC, but I just don't have the full bandwidth to have staff review the amount of data we've gotten over the years from these organizations is incredible. And I only have a couple staff members who review this, so
Yeah.
we have not had a chance to review everything we've gotten.
Bridge nav.
So what's our plan next with our dive on the
Move
Walke?
16 meter, bearing 194.
We're
Sorry,
still
what?
doing our visual survey, so
Oh.
we're just rounding the bow right now, and it's not the bow, it is the farthest forward point that we've got, and are planning to come back down and do the other side and repeat our center line. So we've still got a lot of wreck to image.
Understood. What does all this imagery turn into? Like, how do you utilize it as a team, the OET?
So a lot of it's going to be made into kind of stitched together to create 3D models of all the shipwrecks. So you may hear the word photogrammetry thrown out on some of the, on SPL sometimes, and that's where you're taking all these overlapping images and are able to basically match them all up and make a 3D image.
Atalanta.
Oh yeah. That's so beautiful.
And with the endless
What's our little
biota knowledge.
What's that creature?
These are cool. Those tentacles are super sticky. They'll stick on the vehicle. Anything on the vehicle. Like I was surprised. Things like you wouldn't typically think they'd stick to things like acrylic or.
Do you think we have a zoom possible, or is that a no?
But they're really sticky. So I'll avoid him.
Oh, understood.
Otherwise, he'll be going for a ride with us for a while.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Hopefully not on the camera.
Huh?
On the camera too. That could be bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the camera would be the worst. Oops.
In the med, we got into a bunch, not of these guys, but siphonophores, and it looked like Spider-Man went to town on the front of the porch. It's just like, got into a whole swarm of them. They did not come off.
No camera, windshield wipers?
No, it wasn't just the camera, it was like everything.
Oh no.
It was just like spider webs all over.
How did...
Okay, so moving to starboard?
Yep. You should be good to move that direction. And
Okay.
then I'm going to finalize on this move and just stay here, and we'll do it again.
Bueno.
Jacob, could we get another pin here? Because this feels like we're a lot farther forward than our B pin.
We can.
We got a rough outline of the.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's not
shape
definitely
and the-
not the farthest
yeah,
forward point
yeah.
that we're looking at. So all my notes are lies.
I'm just estimating on, so like I'm dropping these without any bathymetry. So I'm just kind of seeing, okay, well, if Herc's looking in that direction, that's probably where
Totally, that's
the Latin
fine.
long is on the image.
Yeah, I think our WAL B one's a little off though.
Well, when we're getting imagery like this, how far is Herc from the wreck itself? What's the distance?
What's my distance?
Yeah.
Right now, probably, well, from this piece, it's almost underneath, maybe a meter out in front of my light bar.
Yeah, so we're quite close. So this outline. No, we were saying the nav track outline of Herc's path gives us a nice outline of the. You smooth it out, an outline of the shape of what's left of the wreckage.
That's right, and you can see the back and forth stuff I did.
Sure, yeah.
On there, you can
just smooth all that out.
Yeah, the most inside lines were obviously on top of the ship, so you can sort of guess it out there.
We have a viewer who's curious. So by starboard and port, what do you mean? Are those directions? Do you want to help orient folks who are not Navy vets?
Well, those are the side of the ship.
Yeah. If you're looking forward.
If you're looking forward, on your right would be the starboard side, and on your left would be the port side. For those who have heard the term posh before, it's an old term for ships that were transiting the Atlantic Ocean. And posh means port outbound starboard home.
That's what the wealthy people.
Exactly. It was a side of the ship to berth your or to book your cabin on the to get more comfort.
Oh my gosh. And
there's your useless bit of tidbit knowledge today.
The opposite of useless. That's so cool. We've learned rusticles and that posh.
That looks like the kind of the part of the deck of the destroyer that if you look at pictures of a Sims class destroyer, you can, it's a kind of a prominent design feature. So.
All right. Okay, so did you want to get halfway down or mid, so like a little bit down there maybe, or? Okay. Oh, okay. Is that what we were at? Great, okay. Yeah, let's do that.
And if you're joining us, we're looking at the USS Walke, not Walke, but Walke, I think, which is a Sims class destroyer lost in the Second Naval Battle of Guadalcanal.
Yeah.
DD.
So yeah, you're going to bisect that, so like what, 13, 15 meters or whatever?
This is all live. I'm looking over 9,000 or 900.
So like, if you bring Atalanta here, then I can go midship, you back and forth a couple times, right? Okay.
900 meters under the floor. That's the sea floor.
So if this is the start of my survey, then half of our maximum move.
Is this called a whaleback? Someone's mentioning that this
Okay.
type of hull is a whaleback.
I've never heard that term, but it could be.
Huh.
Yeah. The purpose of it was to kind of give it more buoyancy up forward, to make it a drier platform up forward.
You're starting your run?
Yep. Go. So yeah, he's moving, so I'm just going to go very slowly.
900 meters under the sea, is that right? Our current depth?
Yeah, yes.
I said 900 meters under
910.
the seafloor, which is not correct. Thanks for catching me there.
The whaleback design was really popular to some degree up in the Great Lakes, actually, where they were designed to cut through the waves and not, ride over them. Pretty interesting to see and consider some similarities with naval design.
Wow.
I heard you fine that time.
Yeah,
Phil.
that was nice and clear, Phil. Thank you. It's interesting because the extreme of that, I guess, is something like the Drix, which is a wave-piercing design. It doesn't go up and down. It actually is designed to cut through the waves too, and it's very, very effective to a point.
Right. And that one's a lot thinner, right? It's like very tall, thin. The weight's at the bottom, is that right?
Yeah, it has a
Like a lead
keel down, or we call it a gondola, goes down about 2 meters, but that's just on a thin skeg, and then a wider gondola. And the upper part is a mast that holds the radars and things like that. And actually that mast has to be large enough to pull that keel up, because when we launch and recover it, we can't have a keel 2 meters down. So that gets pulled up against the hull.
Oh, right. And there's folks asking if we have any clues about what song the Walke, and also how to spell it. So WALKE. But yes, our resident expert Frank actually was just talking about how a while back it was hit with a cruiser gunfire and a Japanese torpedo, which detonated the forward mag. And that most of it sank, but the bow floated before sinking, and we haven't seen the bow under the surface yet.
Okay, I might be coming right underneath you.
Okay.
And the crazy part of the story was where you were talking about how a subsurfaced nearby and lit them, the survivors, but they were kind of left to their own devices, thank goodness.
So like one of the things you asked is, what happens with these reconstructions and things like that. And I suspect one of the most, there's interest to the general public to see what something like this looks like, people who can see us live. But I think probably one of the most important applications is to the community, to Frank's community and the community of naval historians, who from understanding, as we see their dialogue, understanding the nature of the damage and things like that can...
We use them as visual aids, and we also use them in our STEM programs to, again, show high school kids and, what these things kind of look like.
Right, but and, I think there's also, a forensic component of it in terms of understanding what really happened in the battle, because I think as we've discussed many times, in the heat of battle, it's kind of difficult to keep track of what's going on, and so so even the action reports and damage reports have many conflicting stories, and if you can see a torpedo strike here or this here or that there, or a gun in a particular direction, it can help them reconstruct what actually happened.
Yeah, and sometimes when we travel, our archaeologists will travel with our communication outreach division to like Navy weeks and ship commissionings and things like that. And sometimes having something like this to take along, a model of something like this, kind of helps them explain their program to people who just aren't used to it.
I think those are the davits.
So one of the advantages of photogrammetry is that it kind of contextualizes everything, right? You can you put it all together, where here you're looking at just a video image. It's hard to see the entire ship and see how it all goes together. And photogrammetry creates that kind of that ties it all together. It's an important aspect of it.
Yeah, I had a kind of a first-hand experience of finding, when I was a graduate student, we were diving off Ocean Beach by San Diego, and came across a sunken vessel, and it took us probably 3 or 4 dives, because you just have that limited field of view. You see that, a piece of hull, but you don't have any idea of the context. And it took us 3 or 4 dives to figure out that it was a submarine.
We got an open hatch there.
Open hatch, yeah.
And again, as we go through these dives and some of the things we point out, we ask our folks to please remember that we are looking at sites where potentially sailors gave their lives. So be conscious of that as you're looking at some of this stuff. That again, it's more than just a hatch or a ladder or inside of a gun mount or inside the bridge.
Thank you, Frank. I think if I remember the number correctly,
we got davits coming up.
Approximately 20,000 on both sides. So 20,000 sailors lost their lives in these battles.
Well, you know, looking at all this, you know, these dives that we've been on, you know, to put this all in perspective, I mean, the Battle of Guadalcanal was truly a clash of national wills, and it really was a desperate, hard-fought battle for both sides.
Both on the land and at
sea,
sea.
yeah. And by the time the campaign ended in February of '43, the tide of the Second World War had definitely turned in favor of the Allies.
Oh, having that air base.
Having that plus in 1943, you started seeing the mass reinforcements starting to arrive from new construction. Pilots and sailors were, coming out of the training regimen, and the new ships were finishing up their shakedowns and getting ready to deploy to the war zone. So it was making up for the losses that we suffered in this battle, and the Japanese just were not able to keep up.
Yeah, might see. It looks like it might very well be.
Tess, you want to zoom on the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
turning on your aft
go ahead
lights.
Looks like we'll probably see a letter on that, which would indicate the watertight. Yep. So condition yoke. But it's kind of amazing the door, the hatch frame, and that is still there, but the bulkhead has gone.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Very cool.
Thank you. That was awesome.
More of that. I assume that's more funnel liner material.
Okay, and then I'll go back down one more time, and then we'll move the ship the next nibbles. Huh? Okay.
Turning off your aft lights.
Thanks, Mike.
What are we circling here?
It's a davit.
A davit?
For the lifeboats.
Oh, cool. Oh, and there's the second one in the backdrop, is that it? Wow.
Coming down.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, Jake, whenever you're ready. Watch my tether pass this thing, huh?
So it?
Keep an eye on my tether, would you?
Yeah.
This is an interesting question. Basically, who owns, in quotes, these wrecks?
The United States government.
Yeah.
And do you ask permission to dive on wrecks?
But we have to ask permission.
They have to ask. I don't. They ask permission from us. Yeah. We control the permitting process, and
we being the Navy.
We being the Navy, but Naval History and Heritage Command manages the program. So organizations that are interested in doing something like this have to submit a dive plan and proposal to us, and then we review it and kind of assess the risks involved, and then that impacts our decision.
Yeah.
So
yep, the tubes appear to be loaded.
Look at that.
Or at least two of them anyway.
Whoa.
Criminy. Oh, terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
avoid that.
This vessel sank in about 3 minutes.
That's staggering to think about how fast that went down.
3 minutes.
Close in on your port side.
Frank, we had an interesting experience when we were working with your shop. off of Normandy, looking at the wrecks off the D-Day beaches and the Mulberry Harbors, the caissons. And we wanted to go off, take a look at a wreck of the USS Alabama, which had sunk just off France.
I think you mean the CSS Alabama.
Well, that's exactly right. That was the issue. So the French authorities claimed that we couldn't do that. We couldn't claim that this was a U.S. war wreck because it was a Confederate vessel.
Yeah, each country has their own kind of laws on such things, and the U.S. law is that they remain property of the U.S. government or the successor government of a country. So the German U-boats that are in our waters, we acknowledge that the Federal Republic of Germany is the successor to Nazi Germany. There are some British wrecks in our waters that we acknowledge belong, that we work with the countries, that we don't get into a tug of war over things like this. But for like the Confederate wrecks, according to our law, the Confederacy was defeated, became part of the United States again, so those wrecks belong to the U.S. government.
The French authorities at that time did not agree, so
like my archaeologists are working on like southern ports right now, are undergoing a lot of expansion to upgrade for the new container ships, and some of the wrecks, Confederate wrecks in the rivers and things like that, they approach us on, and we assess the cost or the damage that will be done to a wreck, and in some cases we've concurred, yes, they have to be removed, but we'll try to save what we can from it. And we currently are working on or have just kind of finished a project with I guess a port in Georgia where the CSS Georgia was kind of in the channel, and so my archaeologist folks are digging through a lot of artifacts from that wreck.
What's the case for the Japanese wrecks? How do we collaborate with them?
That's kind of an interesting topic in its own way. We coordinate with the State Department for requests like that. Like for this particular project, the known locations of the Japanese ships that like EA and some of the stuff that the Vulcan found, they gave their data to or provide their data to another organization in Japan. But we had to request, we made a request through the State Department that we have not heard, even now we've not heard back from.
Just with the tether.
And we've been trying to work with the Japanese government to kind of get a clarification on things like that.
Well, we do have a Japanese marine archaeologist with us.
Going up and above, you're clear of it.
The two aircraft carriers we found off Midway, Kaga and Akagi. One of the questions I got was, would we protect those wrecks? And
you're clear.
They are protected because, they are in a maritime sanctuary. So not just, you have to have permission to go into those for surveys and things like that. So there are protections in place for them.
Which is one of the many reasons why we're so careful about keeping the coordinates and resting places in the sanctuary.
We were also able to get Kaga and Akagi protected under a National Historic Preservation Act as well because they were in U.S. water.
Right.
Wonderful.
It's a great conversation, though. I love the input, Frank, and some of the